Let me throw some Rangers comments at you and we'll crack on. Marzuno says Rangers sold their two best attackers, bombed out their best midfielder, they can't talk about anything. Dennis says the panel are questioning £8 million on a striker from Everton, but forget Celtic paid £9 million on the biggest dud ever. Ida, I would just say on that Celtic paid £9 million after he did prove for 6 months, scoring a win on the cup finals, scoring vital goals, that he could do it. I mean, Chermiti at the minute, 22 games for Everton, 0 goals. As Andy said there, I think he's only played 20-odd professional games. I mean, Kevin Thelwell, who we know signed him at Everton, he must be utterly convinced that this boy is going to be a star.
Yeah, you've just got to trust Kevin Thelwell's judgment on this one. He's, like you say, he must be utterly convinced that he's ready to explode onto the scene at Rangers. It's a massive outlay. I think it's the second biggest outlay since Tori Andre Flo joined in, was it 2000?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I get that there's kind of reservations over this boy because of the fact he's only scored 3 career goals. But at the same time, it's kind of a weird kind of situation because, as I said, it's what £8 to £10 million on a player, on a striker has been spent, and there's I don't know. It seems as if Rangers fans aren't quite happy with it. There should be an excitement that the club are willing to push a boat out in guys like this. Mm-hmm. They're obviously convinced that, as I said, that he's got potential and he can go on to become a star. So yeah, I think there's just got to be optimism, and I think there's got to be a bit of excitement that the board the club are willing to spend that amount of money on any single player. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be interesting to see where he fits in. Obviously, with Bojan Miovski up there as well. If Rangers will go for 2 up front or they'll be rotated, I'm not quite sure, but it's exciting. I think it should be an exciting time for Rangers fans.
Singing the Blues in the comments points out the 22 games for Chermiti is misleading. He was only getting 5-10 minute cameos at Everton. Fair enough. Obviously, I can't claim to have watched many of his Everton performances. The other point I want to make about Rangers, though, is that he says Rome wasn't built in a day. Rangers will get it right. The one thing I would say is that, look, they've spent the guts of 30 million quid here, Rangers. I know they get 10 and a bit back in for Igaman and whatever, but there's no excuse for Russell Martin now. This is his team, and he's got to really mount a serious title challenge now.
Yeah, that's it. And the pressure was on him before. It's certainly on him now. There can be no excuse. Although, whether the Rangers... at the start of the season, I would have said it would have been unrealistic to expect Rangers to go ahead and overtake Celtic as the Kings of Scotland, whatever you want to call them. But the condition of the Celtic squad now and how much money Rangers have invested, like you've said, I mean, that's probably unprecedented levels of spending for Rangers. And I mean, I can't recall last time they spent that much money.
It's pretty much since what the Alex McLeish stick advocate area. I know Ryan Kent they spent £7 million on. Can't really think of many others.
Yeah. So I mean, it'd be nonsensical. I know a large volume of the fans are wanting Russell Martin out the door after 11 games, but it'd be nonsensical for the board to invest that much money and to get rid of him. It's just not going to happen. You need to give them time. But they need to start delivering results and fast. Rangers can't afford any more slip-ups in the league early on. I think they need to build momentum and go on a proper run of wins now. And not only that, I think the fans will be expecting attractive football, which is what they were promising. Russell Martin came in. So yeah, the pressure was already there. There's definitely even more now that they've spent so much money. But yeah, as I say, you've got to trust the club's judgment in this one, and they're obviously confident that it'll be a shrewd investment.
We have a story in Record Sport Online today, Bojan Miovski, suggesting that Rangers are now the stronger side. Do you go along with that, or do you think it's too early to... I mean, in fact, I'll put my neck in the line. I keep asking you to do it. I think potentially they are right now. I mean, I don't know. A Chermiti, I've never seen him play. But, if he lives up to even half the billing, he'll be a decent player. I don't know why Celtic didn't go for Miovski. Celtic are just so toothless now that I could understand the argument that Rangers are maybe stronger.
I think if you compare the squads and did a combined Celtic Rangers 11 at the end of last season, I don't think there's a single Rangers player that would have got into Celtic's start 11. Now you can make a case for, I mean, definitely up front, Bojan Miovski would walk into the Celtic start 11, I think. I know they've got Dyson Maeda, who they're probably going to rely upon up front now, but I still maintain his best position as a left mid. Although how many left mids does Celtic need, I don't know. Midfield, I think defensively Celtic have been solid. I still think Cameron Carter-Vickers is the best defender in Scotland.
Their whole defence, to be fair, Celtic's defence looks
Yeah.
really solid. I would definitely say that.
I think if Rangers and Russell Martin and Nico Raskins can settle the differences, you've got a Belgium international midfielder in there as well. By the way, on that, I think that's got to happen. One, because of the value. You know, Nico Raskin is now entered the final 2 years of his contract. His value is only going to go down now unless Rangers can agree a new deal. So you can't let an asset like that, who could, upwards of 10, 15 million pounds, you can't let an asset like that rot away in the stands. He needs to be playing. So there needs to be a solution to that issue. And like I think Andy mentioned as well, he'll have ambitions as well of playing in the World Cup and maintaining his place in the Belgian team. So if Rangers can get him on side again and get him playing, then that's another kind of major boost for them. So yeah, I think, to be honest, I need to think about it deeply, but I think there's areas where Rangers are stronger and areas where Celtic are stronger. So it's probably 50-50 at the minute.